ongoing small talk. I agree. It is the suck. You really have three options here. One is keep repeating the same script. Nice day today. This is largely for people that you don't really click with. You just don't have much in common with it, but you still need things to be friendly. And the conversation is boring and adds no real value to anyone. It's purely one of those neurotypical customs which shows them that you don't pose a threat and wish them no ill will. You can often change it up with a few different phrases on repeat. If it's Friday, you can always ask them if they've got any fun plans for the weekend. If it's Monday, you can ask how was your weekend. And if there's some big event all over the news or whatnot at the moment, maybe not something heavy like, a pandemic, more like pop culture references. Like, did you hear Jack Black called My Favorite Joe and they're gonna hang out on the weekend? I wish. Yeah, asking questions like how was your weekend, etc. may lead into more interesting conversation. If not, the scripts on repeat are kind of the worst kind of chit chat. The second option is far better. It's where you previously did some chit chat and you found some common ground. So previously you may have asked, are you reading anything interesting at the moment? Or have you seen any cool movies? Maybe you asked for some binge recommendations on Netflix and you discovered that you have things in common. Next time you run into them, you can chit chat about that. Ask where they're up to in the show. Or if they're ahead of you, you can say, oh my God, I just got up to this point and I can't believe that character did this. It's a lot more interesting than how's the weather. And that can actually lead to a real friendship and expand into conversations about other things you may have in common. This may also lead into a third thing, especially if who you're talking to is particularly introverted. You still kind of get the vibe that they like you. If they say, no, I'm not reading any interesting books and I haven't really seen any interesting movies lately, maybe you just tell them about an interesting book you're reading at the moment. A book or TV series they might be interested in. This works particularly well with people that don't necessarily like to talk, but still enjoy being included. Especially if they're really awkward, you can kind of lead the conversation. If you do pique their interest, it may turn into more of a conversation. If you kind of get the vibe that they're just kind of being polite and smiling and nodding, not really giving you much to work with, keep it brief and then get back to work. Again, it's largely just about being polite and friendly. They'll see you as a friendly coworker or whatever space you're in, even if you don't necessarily connect. So yeah, the TLDR, if you don't really connect with them, keep it brief. Just polite, possibly just a few random scripts on repeat, the weekend, the weather, and maybe the occasional pop culture reference like the latest movie. If you have a little more in common, by all means dive into that and expand from there. If they're shy or introverted, maybe just tell them something fun that you've been up to. Again, probably keep it brief. Hope this helps and follow me. I say some useful stuff sometimes.